Protecting our wife's heart is one of our roles as husbands. If our wife's heart is not protected, she is not protected. Hello, my friend. My name is Zach, and we are called as men to be protectors and to care for our wives. And unfortunately, sometimes, not only do we not protect them, but we become the offenders ourselves. And we do not want to do that. Today, we're going to talk about how do we actually do this thing called protecting her heart. Let's dive in. The first way we can actually protect her heart is to listen to her heart. What I mean by this is not just listening to the facts that she's presenting, but actually diving in and getting to know what gets her to tick. Like, there's certain things where you are operating on just your mental up here, and there's other things that move your heart. Your wife is the same way. And if you need a little help with this, here's 3 questions I ask my wife actually every single day. And the first one is just, I ask her, what was your high today? And guess what? I even ask that if we've been together all day. And then I ask her what her low is. If we've been together all day, it might be me. It might be something that I've done. And I just need to be strong enough to hear it. And then the third one we ask is, where did you see Jesus today? You know, these 3 questions show me my wife's heart. You know, she tends to go to certain highlights that are often around people and connecting. It could be being with me all day. It could be, my wife's a teacher. Oftentimes, it's that she reached the heart of one of her students. You know, it's showing me what she values, where she sees God show up. And here's the cool thing, like where she sees Jesus in her life, where she sees God show up, it's very different than what I see. You know, I see God in the sunrise, the sunset, in nature. Those are things that really draw out the master of the universe, the one that created it all for me. Those are oftentimes for me. For her, it's a lot of times how someone was reacting in the day, how a fellow Christian was treating her. She sees Jesus in worship music because she loves to listen to worship music. And so this is how we can listen to our wife's heart, by drawing them out in different questions. And when they share a high, ask more questions about it. Really dig in. It not only shows us their heart, it also is connective in really understanding who they are. And nothing makes someone feel more connected than someone actually listening to what we care about. All right, the second one, be clear. You know, oftentimes when we have feedback that's kind of hard for our bride, we can try to word it in such a kind way that it loses everything. You know, as Christians, we're called to stand in truth and love. One cannot exist without the other. And so when we only stand in truth and not love, we're like a banging gong. Like, it's meaningless. But if we try to stand in love, but no truth is attached to it, that's more kindness. And we can be kind and we can erode, really trust. We're not protecting their heart in that moment because we're not being honest. We're telling half-truths. And so if she's trying on a new outfit and you don't like it, the loving thing would be to be honest. But as a man, I don't like that area. It's uncharted territory. So when she tries a new outfit on that I don't like, I try to be kind. Oh, you look great, even though I don't think that. That does not work, my friend. Protecting their heart sometimes means hurting their feelings. Now, you can be gracious about it. You can word it in a very kind way that's still loving. And tell them how beautiful they are as you say, well, you do not like that dress. Like, that can happen. But we need to be very clear. You know, sometimes in kindness, we cannot point out things that they need in their lives. You know, as a man, I believe one of our roles is to lead our home spiritually. And when you're leading your home spiritually, you are saying things that sometimes are hard to hear. You can still word them nicely, but love actually points it out. Love will point out the ditch that she's walking into. Love will be honest when you are asked a question. Number 3, transparency. When we're not honest, we're not trustworthy. And when we're not trustworthy, we're not protecting our heart. Oftentimes we can live a non-transparent life. We can be hiding activities we know they will disapprove of. We can be hiding things that we know are sin. And we're living an inauthentic life. We're not being transparent. And you will shatter trust. You will shatter her heart. Too often we look at trust like a bank account where we can deposit $1 and take out $1. It does not work like that. You can deposit $1 million, and I'll give you my account number in a second. You can deposit it right there. No, you can deposit as much as you want. One withdrawal can break it all. And it can be a lifetime of brokenness. There is redemption that can happen. But when you break trust in an inauthentic way, when you hide something that gets found out, it's a form of infidelity. It doesn't matter if it's viewing pornography. It doesn't matter if it's hiding purchases. It doesn't matter what it is. There is consequence to those actions. And nothing will destroy a heart more than this breaking of trust that happens. Do not minimize lying to your bride. It is a very harmful thing. Number 4, safety. We can provide this form of safety, and that protects their heart. But oftentimes as men, we get reactive. We had a hard day, so we bring our hard day home, and a little thing sets us off, and we become reactive. And we're not protecting their heart in that moment. Or maybe they give us feedback that's hard for us to hear because they're being loving. And we get reactive because we're insecure about it. These are ways in which we can erode trust and safety by our reactiveness. You're not going to be a robot. Don't try. If you want to fix that reactivity thing, this will not work to go shove it all down. That's like the man method, right? I'm going to just shove it down and I'm going to control it. No, it's going to bubble up and come out. My friend, maybe you need to go for a walk. Maybe you need to work the body. Maybe you need to pray to God and give all your worries and cares to Him like the Bible says. There's things to slow down that reactivity. But the point of this is protecting their heart happens when we're a safe place, which only happens when we're a calm presence for them, so that they feel safe to express themselves. Your wife might have something you need to hear that can change the course of your life. But does she feel safe enough to tell you what might be hard for you to hear? That's how we protect their heart. Number 5, defend her. Man, you are called to rescue that princess, to be the knight in shining armor. And one of the ways we can do that is when family, friends, or other people talk negatively about them, to shut down that conversation. Now, you don't need to tell them off. You don't need to exit them from your life. But you do need to stop it. Because other people talking negatively about your wife is called drama. And that drama triangle is not appropriate. Here's how you can stop that. 1, you can tell them, stop that. 2, if they don't stop, leave. Leave the room, leave the phone call. Once you've set a boundary, it is up to you to protect that boundary. If it's family, I know that's a little harder, but you need to tell them that you are not the one to talk to. If they have a problem with your wife, they can tell them. And maybe you all 3 can sit down together, so that you can be that calm, safe presence for your wife as she hears hard feedback. I don't know what it is, but do not allow others to talk about them. And speaking of others, do not allow your own lips to talk about them in a negative light. This isn't that we lie. This isn't that you never tell anyone something that's wrong in your marriage. In fact, I hope that you have a small group that you're allowed to share some of your struggles with. But there's a difference between sharing a struggle in your marriage and where you wish stuff would be, or a problem you're having with your wife, and talking poorly about her. Those are not the same. So your wife is not perfect. You don't need to lie to others and tell. But it should be a small group that you're sharing your marital struggles with. If you're blabbing this to others, it's not appropriate. And can I just say this? Men, don't talk negatively about your wife to other women especially. Your small group should be other men. That's just a recipe for disaster. To share where a woman is struggling with another woman, you're just messing with fire there, my friend. Hey, another way we can actually protect their heart is to pray with them and to pray for them. And if you want to know how to pray with your wife, watch this video right here. I know it'll really help you.